I'd like to switch gears a little bit and pivot.
Yeah.
There's another card on the ban list that was hit. I want to know both of your intakes on this. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow banned. With Scarecrow out of the picture, Super Heavy is going to be a deck that a lot of people will disregard. And one of the number one reasons we played Droll was because of Super Heavy. My question to both of you is, are we currently in a Droll format?
Yeah, I was actually just going to bring this up. It's hard to tell whether we're going to be in a Droll format because would we even play Shield Bearer if we're not in a Droll format? Because now Super Heavy is. I mean, I think it's still relevant. It's just 2-card combos now instead of 1-card combos. You're not going to be able to normal summon Soul Piercer and go full combo, unfortunately. But I think it's still going to be on the map. Does that warrant main decking Droll? Probably not. We'll have to see how the format shapes up, but I think everyone's side decking Droll for sure.
It's very early to kind of say what cards and what trends is going to be there. You can make kind of like some inferences, like Ash Blossom Bell being really strong. Definitely Ash probably being more relevant than any other hand trap in the main deck. As far as Droll, I thought Droll was ass last format. I only thought Droll was good in one deck, and I convinced everyone in my circle not to even main that card because like it's only good against one deck, which is too heavy somewhere. So we would rather side it. If Droll's not in the format, it does creates a lot of room for some gangbusters. And that's the best way I can put it. Like you look at some decks like Dark World, probably one of the most annoying decks to play against, just because how long their turn takes. Like if people aren't playing a lot of Castera, because so there's like less Castera, so less Shifter, and then people aren't playing Droll because they may be worried about Lesbian Lab. Then I could just come in with my Dark World and steal one of those top 64 slots. That goes same for a lot of other decks. As far as Super Heavy Samurai itself, I think the deck is deceased as a pure deck, but as an engine, I mentioned a small 4-card engine or a larger 8-card engine that you can kind of mix in with other decks.
And that's the other thing to consider too is are hand traps even in general going to be good? Because you said the best one's going to be Ash, and if Ash is the best hand trap, maybe we look to board breakers actually becoming making more of a comeback rather than Syac format everyone was maining over 8 hand traps. But now we're going to see cards like Kurikara, Lava Golem, Dark Ruler, I think more often than we were before.
I never liked Kurikara. I only would have played it if I was playing Pearly. But I think you're right. I think my guesstimate is it's going to be more of a board breaker format. But like I said, we'll have to let Nationals kind of roll in and see. I think that a card that we haven't seen play in a while, evenly matched, probably come back into the fray. So look forward to hearing those words into battle, end of battle.
As a Crystal Beast player, I hate that. I would much rather get lightning stormed or dustered than evenly matched.
So both of you are addressing two topics that I wanted to get into, but I gotta put a pin on it. I gotta put a pin on it for 1 second because I want to finish up this Droll Lock Bird situation right now. So we're in question. We do not know right now whether or not Droll Lock Bird will be popular this format now that Super Heavy stepped out of the picture or slightly stepped out of the picture. By the way, viewers, we record this on May 30th, but Isaiah, 48 hours ago, you were in YCS Philadelphia. Did you see Droll impactful across the board?
No, it did just about as I expected it to do. You played it. So Joe is gonna be great into super heavy matchup. I mean, one thing that I'm gonna say about Joel is if you're in a new format, Joel is like, so if you ever seen any of my deck lists or heard me talk about YuGiOh, like in the beginning of a wide open format, you look at Ash, you looked at Gamma, you looked at Droll as potential main or side deck cards, but a lot of side deck options I like in a wide open format is Kaijus because they just deal with a lot of random problems that may come up throughout the game. You just want to have that that non-targetable removal, right? So we don't have Gamma, so Droll is something that could be in people's side decks. How impactful it'd be, I don't know. As far as just really depends what the decks are. As far as Philly, I mean, Droll is really only good against Kastura in one instance, and it is as if they're terraforming or if they plan it first. If they unicorn first, then you can Droll, sure. I mean, your opponent's gonna rip your extra deck. If you don't mind that, then at that point, I don't think it'll make a big difference.
It probably will not make a big difference, but for us Crystal Beast players, it's important for us to know this because one of our tactical approaches is utilizing Win, the Link monster. We use Win as our go-to spellcaster for Secret Village. And one of the problems that we incur is when Win is destroyed and we have Secret Village up, we absolutely must search we can search any win. We can search a Pegasus or a Dinotherium, but if we do not have Droll, we must absolutely search Droll. Otherwise, we are locking ourselves into no spells for the following turn. So when we play win, we're obligated to play Droll. We could go back and forth the ratios. I'd say maybe 2 Droll max because if you do the village win play on the board and you happen to draw your 1 copy of Droll Lock Bird, you will become hesitant to use your Droll because you know if you use it and the opponent goes over win, you're going to lose the following turn. So perhaps 2 Droll would be best.
Stand your ground.